let's talk about this Shield cricket.
Let's go through some Shield cricket, and we'll, if anything happens in the India game, we'll cover it.
Can you first have a look at this for me? So
just leave it, Max.
So Pat Cummins is was the New South Wales captain for the Marsh Cup today.
Yes. So he's officially been named captain.
They've taken it away from Peter Neville.
Peter Neville, I think, was the captain in that game, the first official Shield game.
Back, yep.
Because Cummins sat out that game because he was rested.
Yes.
So Cummins is the captain. He did captain the OD, the one-day game they played. The first one, he was rested for the long form of Shield cricket, and then in the next game, which is underway?
Yeah, day one
today. Yeah, he's captain. So, of course, with your favourite grooming.
A little bit of grooming. A bit of Rolf Harris.
Yeah. That's terrible. But yes, it's preparing him to possibly, give him the captaincy and give him a run at that for possibly taking over the Australian. Oh my God, that's gone close. Teller's bowling them all sorts. Did you see if we're speaking about the New South Wales captain, did you see Steve Smith, the little bit of chat of him on the radio?
Not really.
They were asking him about how, Cummins being the captain, because, the whole idea is they're alluding to the fact that, hey, he's going to be Australian captain. How did you think he went as Australian captain? As New South Wales captain, as a fast bowler? And Steve Smith very much gave a nonchalant answer to it. It was like, it wasn't a really tough day in the field or anything like that. Like, he didn't have to do too much. Didn't back him, didn't go, excellent job as a captain. He's the future of the New South Wales captain. Like, I'd love playing for the bloke, that kind of thing. Which led to a lot of people, especially the radio hosts that were doing these interviews, like, that's it's a little bit odd that he didn't come out and give him a heap of support. Yeah. And they're thinking, maybe he still wants the captaincy, which of course doesn't surprise me. No shit. But didn't back he's equivalent in the bowling stocks. It's ugly. He and Cummins are 1A and 1B as best Australian Test players at the moment.
Oh, definitely the best. That's the best bat and the best bowl.
Yeah.
I think this is a bit of a storm in a teacup. What do you want the bloke to say? He fell on his sword with the whole sandpaper gate sort of thing.
He's now available to be Australian captain. Like, he's served his time.
Yeah, what's he meant to go out there and say, Paddy should be the captain. I don't want it.
The competitor in him, of course, he wants it.
Exactly. And you got to, appease the media and dickheads like us that sit around drinking beer and talking about it. But you can't blame Stephen for that answer. And I'm sure in his brain he was thinking, listen here, you dickhead journalist, of course I want to be Australian captain again. It's what every young boy that plays cricket wants to do one day. I think a bit of a storm in a teacup. Yeah.
And, we're not going to get an answer on this anytime soon till Tim Payne gets sacked.
Yeah. Or goes out and makes 5 tons in a row, which I'm hoping.
Definitely, especially with the Ashes coming up. Like, I'd hope he makes 5 tons in a row. But, if the Ashes doesn't go well, then I think Tim Payne's probably done. Yeah. And they'll look for someone else. They're grooming Cummins to be that guy. If it's not him, Steve Smith, of course, in the conversation. Whether Cricket Australia wants to go Steve Smith or not.
Minus Labuschagne. We could talk about this for
a Labuschagne, but yeah. That's a end of the year discussion. We'll get to that after the Ashes.
Indeed. And just a bit of sad news, I think. Mitchell Starc.
I think it's probably pretty poignant because we got stuck in Starc last week with his form in the Shield cricket. We got stuck in him for his form over the summer. It's come out this week that his old man has passed away from cancer. So, cancer is not a thing that pops up overnight. So he's obviously been in this battle for quite a long time. Yeah. It's your old man, it's your father. So obviously Starc's mind's probably elsewhere as well, which may have affected his form. Yeah. So,
and just wish all the best to Starkey and his family and his mum and cancer's fucked.
Yeah, exactly. He hasn't had a great summer with the ball, but this news, you give him a pass. Like, honestly.
Yeah, of course. And there's more to bloody life than sport, isn't there?
Especially someone like father figure, I guess. I'm assuming Stark, looks up to him and like, it's like,
it's incredibly sad and it's something that was sort of away from the media, and just wish Mitchell and his mum and his family all the best.
Exactly. We criticise the player.
I think he's got a brother. I think he's got a brother.
Yes, he does.
That does athletics.
He won a gold medal in high jump, I think, or long jump. One of the two.
Yeah, Stark's brother. I think you might be right there.
Yeah, I did see the story, but
maybe not Olympic.
Commonwealth.
Definitely.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah, definitely Commonwealth.
Yeah. Anyways, probably going to be on the Olympic team, but yeah.
Who cares about gold medals when you lose your old man?
But I think my point was, we criticise the player, but you can't forget the person.
Yep.
Like,
there's more.
You don't know. You see the field, you don't know what happens off it.
That's right.
And for Starkey, like his old man's probably going through chemo treatment. He's probably in and out of the hospital.
Yeah.
That takes a toll on you.
Yeah, for sure.
Mentally,
very difficult
and physically.
Very difficult to stay.
It's definitely
mentally sharp in that. Yeah, Brandon Stark. Any goss on?
So gold medal in high jump 2018 Gold Coast Commonwealth Games.
Commonwealth, yeah.
Is he big, tall lad like Mitchell?
I'd assume so if he's getting high jump medals.
6'2".
That's a little shorter than I was expecting. Yeah. Well, there you go.
Boy's got hops.
He came 15th in the Rio Olympics.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So
how old is he?
He's younger than Mitchell.
He's much younger, yeah.
27, yeah.
Not much.
Yeah.
3 years.
So
or something.
you'd assume he'd be in line for Tokyo, but depending if Tokyo happens or not. But yeah.
Anyways, fuck cancer, I think is the
yes
is the take home message from that.
Big time.
And all the best to Mitchell and his family.
Another
pretty scary or unusual story, I guess, is Mitch Swepson is out from the rest of the Shield season. He's got a fracture in his C6. It's a stress fracture.
Yeah.
No idea how that happens to a spinner. I don't really know how that happens to a cricketer.
Maybe fielding related injury?
Fielding, perhaps.
You just land on it wrong?
Well, stress fractures tend to be overuse injuries that slowly sort of that develop. You hear about the quicks always getting in their lower back. Yeah,
maybe it's a rotation, like he's bowling. He just gets it in his spine a bit. But like you say, C6, that's high, isn't it? That's
highly unusual. Well, yeah, if
it's not one of your lower back.
It's in your mate. It's about here in your neck, and we're
talking middle of neck for those that are not listening.
That are just listening. If you get a bad fracture in that, there's a chance you can be a quadriplegic. So that's.
I wonder if maybe he's got a head flick, like in his bowl, he's got a head flick. So the head flick over and over. The head flick.
It's just something I've never heard of in cricket, let alone in spinners. So hoping he has a speedy and full recovery.
Definitely, because he's the number 2 spin bowler in Australia at the moment. So
essentially, and Warnie's always talking about him, about how they should be looking at him in longer format. Have you got anything else there on that story there, Jim?
No, not really. Again, I guess just reiterating, don't really know how it's happened. It's obviously happens a lot with fast bowlers, but but even fast bowlers, I've never heard of it happening in the neck. That it's very common for them to get in their lumbar spine.
Because it's
down
the
here.
arching.
Yeah, put your back into it, bend your back. Your fast bowlers always get told to do that, but very strange injury, and hoping he can come out of that unscathed.
Yep. Do you want to cover some games? Can you find some Swepson highlights for me? I just want to, let's have a quick look at his form. I just want to see.
Sure thing. There's not too much to cover in the Shield. We did say that we want to commit to following the Shield cricket.
100%.
Everyone in Australia wants to pick a Test 11. Not everyone is up to date with what's happening in the Shield.
The other 50-odd blokes that are going around.
So, so New South Wales currently playing Victoria.
So this is
at Bankstown Oval. Yeah, so they played last week, didn't they?
Yes.
And Victoria won that.
Yes.
Despite New South Wales' star-studded lineup. The Vics, after a rain-affected start at Bankstown Oval, finished 7 for 168. Matt Short, 80 not. He also had a couple of runs last week. And then not much else from the Victorian bats. Harry Conway, believe it or not, bowling third change, I believe, had 3 for 31 in a side which featured Copeland and Cummins.
Yep.
They also weren't too bad themselves.
Copeland was good. That's good numbers.
Yeah, and so Victoria will resume tomorrow, 7 for 168, hoping for some good weather up in Sydney, get a result or at least a bit of play in that game. And then the other game that's happening at the moment, South Australia, Western Australia at the Wacker. South Australia had an absolute day, 4 for 335, and this ball is turning absolute right angles over in Ahmedabad.
2 feet, that one.
Oh, unbelievable. Jeez.
If he wants some turn on it, they can drop it in the dirt.
Yeah, for sure.
That's why they're 6 for 2.
Young fella Henry Hunt. He's actually out of Cowra, not far.
Well, you've just moved games, so South Australia to Western Australia.
Yep, 4 for 335.
At the Wacker?
At the South Australians.
The new Wacker?
Here, yeah.
Or old Wacker?
I think it's at the old Wacker.
Oh, there you go.
I believe it's at the old Wacker. They didn't knock it down or anything. Have a look at that. I'm pretty sure this is at the old Wacker. So that's Henry Hunt's second first class ton. He did get one on debut against Tasmania in 2019. I think he's played 5 games since then. About 23-year-old, someone to keep an eye on there. Yep. And then Travis Head.
That's what we want to see, boy.
Not hurting his test reselection chances. 173 not off 184 balls.
That's
if you don't mind,
rate.
striking at about 92 or something. And then there's another young gun. He didn't do too much today, but his name's Liam Scott. And he's 20 years old. He's batting 4 for South Australia. Just someone to keep an eye on. Do want to mention that WA, no Jai Richardson, no Jason Behrendorff, no Andrew Ty. They're all in New Zealand.
Yep.
They got Joel Paris. There's probably a couple of other quicks to mention that weren't playing today. I was having a look at a few of the names and not much experience there. Perhaps if those guys are in the side, it's a little bit of a different day there at the Wacker. Is it? I'm sure. I think they still play at the Wacker.
Yeah, they didn't knock the Wacker down, James.
No, I don't
Still
think
there?
so. It's not an Optus.
I think they built it right next to it.
I'm
Stadium.
Pretty sure it's pretty close. Wacker.
Yeah, Wacker.
Yeah. So still playing there, and as we speak, there's another review being taken here by India. Jeez,
that one may be a bit high.
This game, dead set, could be
there's
done
no
tonight.
bat. There's no bat.
Long way forward.
Yeah, I think he's got some decent bounce. If the last one missed, this one should miss.
Hit him on the knee roll. Be interesting.
It's in line. Oh, it's outside. It's come all the way back. That's how far that's come back.
Yeah,
that's a long way back.
Yeah, a lot of bounce.
A bit of a shit review, that. Anyways, doesn't help England's situation at all. They're 2 for 8 in the 4th over. And outside that, that's about it.
About it for the Shield cricket?
Anything to add? In our week of cricket, 90 minutes of cricket today.
Yes. Swepson. Did you find any highlights for Swepson? Can you whack something on the screen for me?
Not much. I got this.
Yeah, I just want to watch him bowl.
So this was playing for Australia A in a practice game.
Yeah, well,
even to start.
Unless he's injured his neck whipping around for appeals.
He keeps his head up.
Yeah, his head's straight. It's not like he flicks it or. That's all right. Just let it play. He ducks it down a little bit.
I don't know if that's violent enough to bring that on.
His body rotates around when he's coming through, but his head stays straight. But
it's a little. There's
a little whip in it.
Yeah, a whip down to the left. So maybe that's it. He's just part of that duck down. Like you got to remember, he'll bowl, 1,000 balls in this and then 1,000 balls in training every day. So
highly repetitive, but very, very unusual injury for a spinner, and just hoping he makes a quick and full recovery.
Those neck strength muscles and
coming from the doctors here on the Esky Sports Doctors.
But I will say there is a little bit of a he ducks it down into the left there to like a little bit of a flick. Which maybe that's all it is, and like we said, the repetition, the 100,000 balls he bowls every year, that's just worn him down over the last decade. So
maybe I think 100,000 might be over.
Yes, probably.
Probably bowls 5,000 a year, 10,000.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how his form.
There you go. There's him bowling to David Warner and in the nets and. skittling him.
It'd be interesting to see what his form looks like after this, whether it's
if they change something,
if they have a look at it and tweak it a little bit, because like looking at there's the little bit of the head turn, the duck down there,
which maybe Davey there hasn't
to rip it. That's moved so far.
That's moved so
where are they doing that in India? Jesus,
that's hit. That looks like hit. That looks like in the Perth nets or something.
Yeah, got some turn out of that.
Would anyone like a beer? I think
yes, I'd like a beverage, and I think that'll wrap up cricket for this week.
90 minutes of cricket. We will
we
cut
it.
that into a few short vids.